It's bagged and boarded and freaked the fuck out at the shop because I'm going to be gone for a week. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah, you're going somewhere. And
I
this
know.
is going to be released after you're gone. So
This will be released
hey,
after I'm
Phil,
gone.
you guys are having fun.
Right, I hope so.
Because where are they going? Where are you going?
We're going to Disneyland. We're taking my son and my daughters to Disneyland for their birthdays and all of the above. So it should be fun. So Tom and I are getting a couple videos in the can right now. And yeah, this should be...
You're going to be gone next week.
I'm going to be gone next week. We're going to be gone until the 29th of June.
Dang.
And you know what happens right after the 29th of June?
We have that Toy and Geek Fest.
Puyallup Toy and Geek Fest.
Yes.
And Tom, do you remember who's going to be at the Puyallup Toy and Geek Fest? Jim Steranko, yeah.
He's famous.
I know.
He's famous. You know why he's famous?
Why is he famous?
He's the number one. Okay, he's maybe not the number one, but he is easily the top. He's in the top 3 of most famous escape artists.
Which is amazing. He also has an incredible head of hair for being in his 80s.
He looks amazing.
Jim Steranko really does. I am looking forward to meeting him at Toy and Geek Fest. And you know what? We're going to get a bunch of things signed. But one of my regulars at the shop, Jeff Varley, actually gave us something extra special. He wants to get this signed, but unfortunately, it is in a 9.2 CGC slabs. You know what I think we want to do today, Tom? I think we're going to crack it so we can get Steranko to get this signed and get this a signature series 9.2.
I think that's a great idea. And actually, let's switch to this camera.
Yeah, Steranko's an escape artist, but look at this. I might actually lose a finger doing this.
See, the trick is we gotta not cut into the comic, cut around the comic.
Well, the comic itself has its own little protective sleeve on it. And what you need to try and do is you get the little weld marks because the slabs are originally 2 pieces and CGC glues them or heat seals them together. So the trick is going along the seam gingerly and carefully to get to the sweet chocolatey center of Steranko goodness. So we have a slab and we have a comic that has been sealed with this. And the next step is to cut gingerly along that.
Gorgeous Steranko.
9.2, and next time you see it, this will be in a CBCS slab that will be certified by Jeff Varley himself. So I hope it comes back at 9.2 or better.
You hear that, Steve? 9.2 or better. All right. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Gorgeous book.
I know.
Highest grade of a number 50 I've seen in person.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. Gorgeous cover. Steranko's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the debate was, do we get an X-Men 50? Do we get an X-Men 49? Do we get like a Captain America 110? I personally am bringing the Nick Fury Shield #1 to get graded. I mean, there's a couple real... Steranko has
gems on
hundreds of classic covers, but I definitely think we're going to get a few of them done at the show.
Now, this isn't the first time you've had to crack a slab, right?
No, not the first time I've had to crack a slab, but first time I've had to crack one for someone else. Yeah. So
Very good. I actually watched someone attempt to break open a CBCS slab at the last convention I attended.
Okay.
And you know the person that I'm thinking of. I'm not going to say who it is.
Sure.
But this is someone who's on the stronger side, and he couldn't break it open. I was recording it, and he couldn't do it. Like he was putting a lot of effort into it, and he's like, I don't think I can do it.
I
don't think I can do it. And he couldn't. And he's like, because he didn't want to break the comic. He didn't want to mess up the comic. But,
No, but
those slabs, the CBCS slabs, those things are solid.
Okay.
So I've seen that in person. So that's pretty cool.
Good. Yeah, no,
This one cracked right open.
well, it did, and also
also-
this is from the older CGC. The newer ones are done a little bit differently, and like this one, as you saw, we had a pocket that we had to remove, and then we had to actually cut around the comic to pull it out.
right.
A lot of what is it? CGC's got the new one where the book is just held in place by the 2 pieces, which, well, as you and I have seen, sometimes in
No good.
shipping, it's not good because if that box get dropped or there's an issue or a shift. I mean, I had that happen even with PSA cards with getting baseball cards graded back in the day. There were points in time where a baseball card has to sit in the little baseball card pocket,
Right.
and it would tilt
Yep.
when they sealed it, and you would get a graded 9 or a graded 10
With the card all
Card's cockeyed.
And if you mess with it,
yeah, and you can't mess because honestly, you're like, all right, I guess that's a 10 that just is sideways.
yep.
You
Did
know,
you see that 181?
no,
I think remember. Do you remember that 181? That there was a 181 in the new slab, the CGC slab, that had that happen. It was kind of like shifted in
Yeah.
the slab, and it fucked up the comic a little bit. And it made its rounds on Instagram pretty hard because
Yeah.
it was like clearly like it's what it looked like when it's just cockeyed. You know, it's cockeyed with a little problem on the bottom right. And it was like a 9.4, 9.6 or something. So that hurts.
My buddy Rob has a actually it's a Sandman #1 that's graded 9.8, and when it came from eBay from the person he purchased it from, they dropped the USPS, not eBay, dropped the thing on its corner, and it's like the whole comic shifted down, the corner cracked, and the corner it's messed up. The comic itself is screwed up in the slab, and he had this dilemma of, do I just get it reholdered and pray that they don't knock the grade, or do I get it regraded, or do I just keep it like that? Because it said 9.8, but the comic very clearly was not a 9.8 anymore because of the way it had been poorly handled.
They knock it down.
Well, and the USPS is like, well, the insurance is only $50. We'll only give you $50 for it.
Right.
And,
Yeah, priority mail is $50 insurance.
right. That's why it's worth it to pay extra insurance, especially if you're dealing with keys and graded comics, because
Right.
you never know how they're going to handle your comics. And that's any shipping company. That's
true.
not just USPS.
I had that huge Spider-Man collection. I bought, someone listed something like 40 late ASM books, all ranging between 8.5 and like 9.2.
Okay.
And that was right around the time that I was getting into pressing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, have some things to try to press to see if I can raise the grade.
Sure.
So I bought all from one seller to save on shipping, and he shipped me. It was like I purchased like 20 or 30, right around there. It was some odd number, 22, 24. It doesn't matter, but like right around. It was in the 20s of graded comics. What he did is he wrapped them all one time in one layer of bubble wrap, just one, all of them together, nothing in between them. Put it in a box. And then he put like a couple pieces of paper in there. So like you literally could shake the box. And I remember getting it and shaking the box going, oh, this isn't going to be good. And every single book that was in there, every single slab was cracked. Every single one, all 22, 28, whatever it was. I sent the guy an email. I'm like, hey man. And the worst part is that these are books that you would only get graded if you, one, really like the cover, or you were doing some type of mass grading and you were getting a deal.
Right. You're not worth paying $30 a book for.
No, it's like an 8.5, $5.92. And I hope that's not a key book. I'm just like throwing out of there. But like this is a book that would guide for $4 otherwise coming in an 8.5 case is that no one wants.
Right.
And yeah, I had a lot of them. And yeah, he actually refunded me 100%. I got them all for free, but I had to pay $12 a slab to get them reholdered.
Oh my God. That reminds me of a personal anecdote, not comic book related, but as some of you know, I like to cook, and I moved from Seattle down to Florida, went to school in Florida, and I had this Pyrex casserole that I like to cook things in, just a nice dish, and I spent a good amount of money on this. So my mom shipped me a Pyrex casserole, and when it arrived in Florida, I had a box of Pyrex glass shards, and it was amazing. And I'm like, I can't cook in this, yay! So gotta be careful.
How you ship your Pyrex and your comic book slabs.
It's so bad.
It's the truth. It's the truth. You know what? You have to. You gotta be careful how you ship your Pyrex. And you got to be careful how you ship your slabs.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure some of you have some amazing stories about shipping nightmares. Put your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
Oh yeah. We know you got stories. Comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video because we got a bunch of content coming. As always, geek responsibly. Enough said. This is a shameless merch plug because we now have merch. Geek Responsibly shirts. If you want to help support the podcast, go to geekstreet101.com, buy a shirt. We also have BCW store folios. You know, keep your comic books safe at conventions. And we'll also send you a Geek Responsibly sticker. You can slap that on anywhere so you can geek responsibly anytime.